I like the title of this one. Acts 2. Let's see. What only the Spirit can do. Acts 2. All of them were filled with the Holy Spirit and began to speak in other tongues as the Spirit enabled them. That's the book of Acts. That's a very interesting part. Excuse me. Oh. During the discussion of a book on the Holy Spirit written by a 94-year-old German theologian named Jürgen Moltmann, an interviewer asked him, "How do you activate the Holy Spirit?" Ooh. "Can you take a pill? Do the pharmaceutical companies deliver the Spirit?" Moltmann's bushy eyebrows shot up. Shaking his head, he grinned, answering in accented English. "What can I do?" is a question. "Don't do anything. Wait on the Spirit, and the Spirit will come." Moltmann highlighted our mistaken belief that our energy and expertise make things happen. Acts reveal that God makes things happen. At the start of the church, it had nothing to do with human strategy or impressive leadership. Rather, the Spirit arrived, like the blowing of a violent wind, into a room of frightened, helpless, and bewildered disciples. Next, the Spirit shattered all ethnic superiorities by gathering people who were at odds into one new community. The disciples were as shocked as anyone to see what God was doing within them. They didn't make anything happen. The Spirit enabled them. Yeah, you can see that in the book of Acts. When Jesus goes up, Spirit comes down, poured out over the group. The church and our shared work in the world isn't defined by what we can do. We're entirely dependent on what only the Spirit can do, only what the Spirit can do. This allows us to be both bold and restful. On this day, the day we celebrate Pentecost, may we wait for the Spirit and respond. How are you tempted to rely on your own efforts or tenacity? Where do you need to wait for what the Spirit can do? God, I have exhausted myself by believing that I must make things happen. Holy Spirit, come and help me. Interesting. I saw, it was on Instagram. It's funny, I saw this tonight. Going through Instagram. I like it because it's quick. But it shows this man who, I think he was, let's just say he was operating heavy equipment. And another man who either was let's just say he was opening the gate for him. It's something they do. This guy opens a huge gate, makes it easier for this guy with the big equipment to go through, kind of thing, blah, blah, blah. It's this guy's job to move the machine. It's the other guy's job to make it available, open the gate. And the guy on the tractor was having a little bit of trouble. He's getting off and doing whatever he's doing, whereas the other guy had to be a black guy, this white guy and this black guy. He came in to help the guy. The guy was having trouble getting off the thing. He was hurt or something like that. Anyway, this guy came over to help him. And all you see is this guy having trouble. And this other guy comes in, stops what he's doing, comes over to help this man. Doesn't look like they're old buddies or anything. It's just like two guys doing their job. And the guy helps him, then puts his hand on him, and they start to pray. They both start to pray. And if you're not familiar with that, you see that a lot, maybe more in the South, let's say, but they stop and they pray together. And last for a few moments, they stop, and the guy shakes his hand and go on about doing what they're doing. But you see in the image of it, it looked like these guys probably don't even know each other, from two different cultures, two different worlds, let's say. But in that moment, one of them, both of them, or whatever, realized Even if, let's say the guy said, listen, I know you're hurt, let me pray for you. He didn't necessarily know that the other guy was a Christian or not, or accepting of this. Apparently he was, because he knew exactly what to do. And I'm sure he was praying for this guy's healing. In that moment, Jesus is there. The Holy Spirit is there. Okay? And you could even say, not knowing their hearts, or if it didn't look like it was a fake thing or anything like that. But when the man put his hand on the hurt man saying, let me pray for you, and he responded, took his head off, because I'm sure he'd been through this before. You might think, well, what made that man do that? Was just trying to be nice, well, that's the Holy Spirit working through him. Okay? And now is because the Holy Spirit is, I wouldn't say that the man would not have done it on his own, but probably knows the Spirit well enough that knows, this man's hurt. I need to pray for this man. Because he could have just said, hey, buddy, you need a hand here, this, that, and then walked away. But to stop the man and pray for him, put hands on him and pray. They prayed together. So that is the Holy Spirit working through the one man, at the same time bringing these two men together. Okay? Because like I said, the one guy wasn't surprised. You could tell he was a Christian because of the way how he reacted. And so you have that, Jesus is there, the Holy Spirit is there, and these two guys are there. And the Holy Spirit is working through them, bringing them together. And they are all united as one in that moment. Okay. Now, I'm sure this guy who was praying for him does that all the time. Maybe the other guy doesn't. But he does now. See? Because now the Holy Spirit is working through him as well. Kind of thing. You kind of see what I'm talking about there? Yeah, anyway, not exactly what they're talking about here, waiting on the Holy Spirit. I don't think you have to wait on the Holy Spirit. I mean, if you're asking for something foolish, that would be, there's plenty of opportunities out there. And I'm as guilty as anyone because I know these things. And I get so busy in my day-to-day life that it's like I never heard of it. It's very shameful. But when you start doing things like this, you start exercising your faith, you start walking out, doing the things, seeing the opportunities, praying for someone. You get the Holy Spirit all the time. Because those aren't wasted opportunities. It just like for me, I have to get through my thick skull. Yeah, you need to be more actively exercising your faith by, performing such. But you don't have to wait on the Holy Spirit. It's there. It's there. The Holy Spirit is waiting on us. Oh, it's pointed back to me. The Holy Spirit is waiting on me. Patience of Job. So, costs you nothing to pray for someone else. But it is so powerful. And it does so much for you. Even if you're the kind of person, I don't know why I feel kind of uncomfortable praying for someone. I can see that. Pray for a stranger or some couple over there arguing and you don't know them. You stay out of their business. But you still pray for them. You don't have to go over there and get involved. You can pray for them. But that does so much for you because it puts you on it kind of puts you on the scoreboard. I hate to put it that way, but it kind of puts you in the game. And once again, the Holy Spirit does not waste opportunities. It's waiting for stuff like that all day, 24/7, just waiting on us. Anyhow, love you. God bless. Start praying for others.